If you move to Canada in 2024, your real TFSA room in 2026 is only $21,000, not the $109,000 lifetime limit you keep seeing in headlines, according to CRA rules. Get that wrong and you could trigger a 1% per month penalty on every dollar of overcontribution. I read the fine print so you don't have to, and this one costs newcomers real money. Here's the simple version. The federal TFSA limit is the same for everyone in a given year, $7,000 for 2024 through 2026 per the CRA. But that's where the simplicity ends, because the limit you can actually use depends entirely on when your personal room began accumulating. That $109,000 figure is real, but only for one kind of person. If you'd been a Canadian resident every single year since 2009, you'd have collected room every January. From $5,000 in the early years, a one-time $10,000 in 2015, up to $7,000 now, according to the annual limit tables. Stack 15 years together and you get roughly $109,000 by 2026. But the CRA is crystal clear on this. Your TFSA room only starts the year you became a Canadian tax resident and turned 18. All those years before you arrived, you get zero room for them. It's like a rewards account, no points for the trips you took before you joined. So for a newcomer who landed in 2024, the real math is 3 years of $7,000. That's $21,000 of room by 2026, according to the CRA guidance. Land in 2026 instead, and you'd have exactly $7,000. 3 deposits, not 15. Which is why the gap versus that headline number is so enormous. Here's a piece that actually works in your favor. The CRA does not prorate your room by the month you arrive. Land in September and you still get the full $7,000 for that year, not a third of it. So don't underuse your arrival year room either. It's a full annual pass the moment you become a resident. Now, the real catch. If you contribute above your actual room, the CRA charges 1% per month on the excess. And there's no newcomer grace period according to the reporting. It runs like a parking meter that never expires. Every month the extra money sits there. The penalty keeps ticking. Let's put a number on it. Believe the $109,000 figure and pour in $100,000 when you only have $21,000 of room, and you're $79,000 over. At 1% a month, that's $790 in tax every single month. And if you don't catch it for 10 months, you've handed the CRA about $7,900. Before I get to the last part, the fix that stops this cold, which is the most important piece, let me show you who this quietly happens to. Take Amir, a 29-year-old developer in Toronto who became a resident in 2024. He read those $109,000 articles and comfortably built a $40,000 TFSA, thinking he had loads of room. His real limit was $21,000, leaving him $19,000 over, which costs $190 a month, roughly $2,280 a year, according to the CRA penalty rule. If this is useful, subscribe. The next breakdown is already coming. So here's how you protect yourself. First, log in to CRA My Account under the RRSP and TFSA section and read your actual room, not a headline. Second, calculate it yourself. Add each year's limit starting from your landing year, never from 2009. Third, if you're over, withdraw the excess through your bank right away, because that's the only thing that stops the 1% per month meter. The good news is, your room isn't frozen. It grows $7,000 each new year, so an overcontribution eventually gets absorbed like an incoming tide. But you pay for every month you wait, so acting early always wins. Stay within your real room, and that same money can compound tax-free for the decades ahead. That's the whole point of the account. So before you chase that $109,000 number, check your real room first. It could save you thousands in penalties. Next, I'm breaking down the Newcomer RRSP trap and how your first-year contribution room really works. Subscribe so you don't miss it.